to you, you do not sell your Bitcoin.
Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those three together, and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
After thousands of years, during which humans were the rulers of the world, authority and power will shift away from humans to computers, and most humans will become economically useless and politically powerless. Already today, we are beginning to see the creation of a new class of humans, the useless class.
Welcome to the Cryptoteacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And we know the Fed is a master of distractions. We have the Pentagon coming out and saying that Bitcoin is not decentralized. Guys, we know this. We know that the central banks took over Bitcoin. We can easily read the white paper. But we see that Grayscale was rejected for that spot Bitcoin ETF, which makes no sense. It only makes sense if you want to keep this casino wide open. And we know that's what the central banks want to do. The Pentagon has been talking about Bitcoin for several years. This is nothing new. The NWO are masters at the Hegelian dialectic because the masses don't know which way to go. And that stops them from ever investing. Now we have Brad Garlinghouse says if they lose the case, most likely they'll leave the U.S. And we know USDC is definitely the chosen stablecoin, but it's on Stellar. And we know XRP laid its foundation over in the emerging markets, so it will not surprise me. And then plus, guys, we have the Fed shrinking all its liquidity, bringing these yield companies and DeFi to its knees. Remember, DeFi is the new banking, and the central banks are not going to allow you to control their banking. So we know what's going to happen with these projects. They're going to consolidate the ones the NWO want, and they will be owned by the NWO. They're not going to allow private companies to control the currency. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you, because he knows. When it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
What does this token actually represent? Who is it making whole? How is it making them whole? And what happens if you can't raise that money?
Yeah, sure. So at CoinFlex, fundamentally, we believe in markets, transparency, and tokenization. So we've done that with one of our other products, FlexUSD. It's on markets. It's funding a market, our repo market, and it's a token. And we're doing that again here with the recovery value USD, so RVUSD. It's a way for us to use tokenization to solve this problem where we have this asset, which is it's an ultra high net worth individual. They owe us these funds. We do believe that they're going to get us these funds at some point in the future. And we wanted to make it such that the assets all match up and everything matches up in a way where it's a market-based, and we pass on this risk to investors that understand what the risk is and are eager for this risk, and basically solve the problem. Right now, we can't have withdrawals. There are lots of different ways of solving these problems in crypto finance, and crypto generally is on the cutting edge of finance. And one of the ways that hasn't been as successful in the past is when companies put their head in the sand or refuse to communicate or go hide behind the excuse of lawyers. Rather than treating lawyers as advisors and consigliaries in creating solutions that resolve the problem extremely quickly, and also in a way where more people get to participate in the solution.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort, and China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.